Good morning. I hope you all are doing well. Today I want to talk about finding contentment and where you are in life, or with what you have, where you are, who you have in your life, etc. So I've been lately I have been kind of struggling on being content and being satisfied with where I am in life and where God has me right now. So I was doing this plan on the YouVersion app. It's called Finding Contentment. And this plan was a tad bit different for me because instead of them giving like a story or like a whole blurb for the devotional, it was just the Bible scriptures. You just needed to read the Bible scriptures. So today I'll be coming from 1 Timothy 6 through 10 and Luke chapter 12 and 15. But first I'm going to talk a little bit, then we're going to jump into it. You know, in life, especially a life with Christ, when you are walking with Christ, sometimes you find yourselves in situations and you know you're in a place where you may not want to be in. You know, it's sometimes like you can feel like you're stagnant as far as like Lord, why am I not moving? Like why am I still in the place I was in? And sometimes it can be our fault, but in this case, until the Lord say move, or until the Lord does it for you, you have to be content with where you are. Because if you're not content with where you are now, how will you be content with your next? Because let's be real, we will never be satisfied. We will never be okay with what we have, because like right now, we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. Then we get there, now we want something else. So we have to learn to be grateful and content with what we have so we can be appreciative, you know? So it all boils down to, you know, being grateful for what you have, you know, because God didn't have to do it for us. And then also, even though where we might be right now may not be all peaches and cream for us, because we've been in the same place 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but you know, to somebody else where you are, it's beautiful, you know. So that's another reason why we have to be grateful. But I'm gonna jump right on into Luke 12 verse 15. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisted not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. 1 Timothy chapter 6 through 10. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain that we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition, For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So these chapters and verses are specifically talking about money and the things that, material things, you know, in life, you know, in life, you know, when we get older, like, you know, we hit that teenage stage, and it's like, oh, money. I need money. And, you know, a lot of us start to idolize money, because it's like, I can't do nothing without money. You know, some people allow themselves to, even myself, I can allow myself to like not even feel the same if I don't have so and so a certain amount of money, you know. And we shouldn't allow, because we're idolizing it, you know, and we shouldn't allow that to happen, because, you know, we shouldn't idolize anything, you know. And we just have to be cautious of that. Like, yes, money makes a lot of things easier to do and get. However, money is not our God. Money is not, we shouldn't love money. And like it said, verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil. They didn't say it ain't nothing wrong with having money, but when you start to love money, that's when you mess up, you know. Because, you know, we all hear that saying, money can't buy happiness. And, you know, a lot of people disagree with that, you know, but I have to disagree with them because, you know, yes, money can buy things to make us happy, but money doesn't buy happiness, because that stuff is temporary. It's temporary. And happiness is temporary. Joy is forever. You know, because when you, let's say you go out and buy you a car or buy you these shoes, I give it a month and now you ready to spend your money on something else. It's temporary. But when you have joy, the joy of the Lord, that is forever. Can't nobody take that away from you, because they didn't give it to you, you know. So that's how you go. Like, when you allow money to make you happy or buy your happiness, your emotions fluctuate. One minute you're happy, but when you ain't got no money, you sad and depressed. You know, don't allow something that materialistic to dictate your life like that. I'm just going to some of my notes. True godliness with contentment in itself is great wealth. We came into this world with nothing, and we will leave with nothing. So we must be content and satisfied with what we have, because truth be told, those things don't matter. Only what we do for Christ will stick in the end. Verse 8. This is 1 Timothy, by the way. Appreciate what you have. If we have clothes on our back and shoes on our feet and food to eat, that's enough. The love of money is the root of all evil. Yes, money is very necessary and is preferred to have but don't get to the point where you love money and you depend completely on it. We should be content with what we have, because it was meant for us to. Because if it was meant for us to have more, we would. Not saying that he won't bless us, but at this moment right now, if it was meant for you to have more, you would have more. We must be thankful and grateful, because it's people in the world who don't even have what we're complaining about. You know, like, you know, when you're out in social settings, and like for us, for school or whatever, you start to see how good you really have it. Just seeing different people, and, you know, like being able to see, like, just looking at people and the different lives they live and the different things that they go through. And I'm not saying you have to ask their whole life story, but sometimes you can just see it, you know. And we have to be appreciative, because just like God gave it to us, he can take it away. So we must be content with where we are. We must be grateful and satisfied with where we are. Because God does everything for a reason. God is very strategic. Don't ever think that he don't know what he doing, because he do. Luke 12:15 is my notes for here. Beware and guard your heart from any kind of greed. Life isn't measured by how much we have. You know, in life we can become so wrapped up in material things that we allow money to dictate our lives. We all know the saying, money doesn't buy happiness, but there's a lot of people who disagree, because they feel that money will solve a lot of their problems, which may be true. But when we learn how to be content with what we have, and where we are in life, we will be a lot more joyful and not happy than we are now. Life is more than money and materialistic things. Money won't get you into heaven, and neither will clothes, shoes, cars, homes, etc. you know, we just, it's kind of self-explanatory. You know, like I said, money is not going to bust those heaven gates wide open. It's not. It's not. You know, we just have to get our minds right. We have to focus on the right thing. Because in scripture, the Lord lets us know he will provide all of our needs. You know, I ain't saying things won't be hard on the yard sometimes, because they will. They, trust me when I tell you, they will. They will. But it's all about knowing that God has you. It's all about knowing that God won't leave nor forsake you. You know, when you get that in your mind, and when you rest in that, and when you believe that, you can become content with wherever you are in life, where God has you. Now, I'm not saying like where you have a say so in where you are. I'm talking about where God has put you. When there is nothing you can do but stay in the place God has put you. That's what I'm talking about, being content wherever he's put you and wherever he has you. You know, we have to learn to appreciate the things we have, the people who are in our lives. Because if we don't appreciate them in it now, how are we going to appreciate the upgrade that we want? How are we going to be able to appreciate the things that God want to bless us with? It's pointless. And it's like we waited all this time just for us not to appreciate it. It ain't worth it. I'm pretty sure we can all vouch for ourselves and say that we have waited too long and come too far for us to not be grateful, or for us to be held back because we're not grateful. But I just wanted to come on here and, encourage you all, to find contentment where you are, to be thankful for where you are, because for one, it could always be worse. It could always be worse. But I hope you all are blessed.